G'day everyone and welcome to the latest video from Altus regarding the house. It's been progress here since the last video. There's just been all kinds of stuff going on. However, it hasn't been without delay. And unfortunately, like with the supply problems in this world, there's bits and bobs that just, unfortunately don't all come together at the time that we want. And this is no exception. So, there certainly has been a few dramas, but in terms of overall, it's been really fruitful this time that we've had. We've gone through a number of changes since the last one. If we sort of recap, we had we'd sort of stripped down the walls, we'd arranged some of the framework for the step sections, and we'd also kind of got things ready for the next stage, but we're sort of on hold really with the next little bit. So good news is since then we've been able to get things going. We've had the Sparkies come through. They were able to lay all the electrical work, all the Ethernet cabling, all into our underground pits that are under each of the sims. So that's really exciting. So that's really cool. They're able to then, we're able to then cap off all the flooring, get everything all to the right height that we wanted them to be, and everything sort of come together really nicely with the flooring, which we're really happy with. We were also able to get the air conditioning installed. That was a big one. Naturally, relatively confined space, 4 sims in play. We didn't want to be in a situation where we're going to be overheating, and certainly we want to be in a nice, well ventilated space as well. So having nice air conditioning was good. So we've got a Mitsubishi 4.2 kilowatt system in. I think that should do the job for this room. We're able to get the sound insulation into all the walls as well as the window section in the back corner. That was certainly a critical aspect. We really, given that this is a house that we've got people, and we're going to be racing in the middle of the night a lot of the time when we are racing in the sort of Europe and US races. Being able to compete at night whilst also allowing people to sleep and not disturbing things, that's certainly a really important factor. Plus, we don't want the outside environment sort of coming in as well. So, it's been really important to get that right. So that then extends to the doors. So we've got double glazed doors in as well. So, there was the whole framework that had to get put in for the exterior part. And my goodness, you wouldn't have thought we would have had some of the problems that we have with the doors, but all good now, happy days. We can all open and close the doors, and it's all working great. So then it came down to the trims. So we had all the painting needed to get done. So yours truly did a bit of the painting. Pretty much did all the painting actually. But had to lay the undercoat. Obviously had to prime it. And then we went with a nice sort of dark grey colour, relatively neutral, but we thought something that we could also then sort of play with the lighting. So behind me right now it looks like we've got a blue wall, but it's absolutely not. That's more just how the lighting sort of plays off it. But I think that sort of works really nicely, and really happy with how the colour came out in the wall. And then that extended to the flooring. So we got, naturally we wanted to keep insulation of the sound and absorption of the sound down, as going to be up to 4 of us in here at any one time, potentially streaming and things like that. So definitely making sure that we had an absorbing flooring was important, given that the room that it was before we'd started was all hard flooring, and the echo and everything was just insane. And that's an example from the last video, because it was all very hard still. That was one of the reasons I was standing this close, but certainly not doing that on this occasion because there's no need. We don't have that sort of echo in the room now. So that's been great, but we've got 2 tones. So on the staged areas or the platformed areas, they're all like a black. We went with just a straight black colour, and then a nice dark grey carpet through the middle for the aisleway. So with the aisleway as well, we're going to be doing some, we're actually planning to do some LED light strips that are going to go up either side. Those are one of the things that have been delayed. Unfortunately, the stair nosings are problematic to get. The actual light strip itself isn't. But so that'll probably come in ironically probably a couple of months' time. But that's not going to stop us from moving in just for the sake of some stair nosing. So that's a bit annoying. We've also got some other electrical work which I won't go into now. That's also being done, but that's just minor. You'll see what that's about when we do the final reveal. But yeah, really happy with how things have come together, and that's been, you know, probably one of the most exciting things. It has taken a lot longer than we would have liked, without question, but you know, that's just the way it is. You know, life goes on. We've been able to continue racing. You know, Jordan, you know, he's been able to move into the house. Naturally, both Jordan and Bo are both operating with their sims in their room. Far from ideal, but you know, them's the breaks at the moment. But you know, that's all about to change. The sims are about to come out of the rooms and into here, which will be really nice. But you know, Jordan's been racing in the Porsche Tag Heuer Esports Super Cup. The last 2 of the last 3 rounds have been his best, so had a tough opening. But you know, nice bounce back, and in fact it was his best round on the weekend. So you know, he's now moved up into 17th in the standings. Top 15 go through for the next year. So really, that's the target. That's what the goal that we're aiming for with that, and hopefully we get there. With you know, Bo, he's been racing in the, you know, OzRX series. He was, you know, the championship winner in that, as well as his current championship leader in the Aussie Online Gaming Porsche series too. So certainly it's all been good, you know, good in terms of the driving action with those guys. And then, you know, even myself, I raced in the Esports Racing World Cup in the early part of the year. Bo also did it as well. And that was across ACC R-Factor 2, which is the first time we'd ever done R-Factor 2, which was certainly an eye-opening experience. And then iRacing in the supercar, and naturally, as you can imagine, iRacing in the supercar was, you know, where we thrived the most. Didn't make the final. You know, it was Team Redline and Apex Racing Team in the final, but we made the semis, and you know, we're able to represent quite well, I thought, in that regard. So you know, we look to be back in those Esports Racing World Cup events and Esports Racing Leagues with VCO coming up. Now, with everything pretty much all said and done as far as the build, other than a few small tiny things, now it's time to move in. So that's where, you know, the sims will be coming in. In fact, I've already started going through that process. We've also got a shipment from Race Tech in New Zealand, which is really exciting. We'll go through what that involves in the next video. Yeah, some really cool things coming from them, and we're really honoured to you know, to be their debut of this product within the industry. So it's really exciting. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to getting stuck in operating from this space, and just talking in here so far is just you know, it's a magic experience. It's much more refined from where we would otherwise have been, and just the collaboration that we'll be able to have being in the same room will be astonishing. So you know, really looking forward to that, and you know, we'll get stuck into it. So that's all we've got time for in this update. Now, there will be another update in the coming weeks. As I said, once we've all moved in, we will have just probably an interim move in, but it won't be with our VRS rigs, unfortunately. It'll just be with our existing rigs. The VRS rigs are still coming. Unfortunately, with the global supply situation, they have been put on hold for, you know, an indeterminate period of time, but hopefully it won't be too long. We're able to use the sims actually at the Australian Grand Prix, and they're absolutely magic. They're going to suit this place perfectly, so cannot wait to get them in here. But you know, in the interim, we'll run with our existing rigs for now, and you know, everything else will be all happy days. So you know, be sure to stay tuned for that. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the update and seeing what we did. You know, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned with all the other updates, both from the house and from the rest of the team. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you.